Okay, so I was just at the grocery store, and the guy that was parked next to my car, when I came back out, he had his window rolled down, and he asked for my number and said he wanted to go out with me and that I was hot. And I said, no, that's okay. I'm just not interested, but thank you. And he said, oh, so you just hook up? I said, no, I don't do that either. And he said, well, at least you didn't lie and say you have a boyfriend. And I said, I do. It's Jesus. And then he just laughed, and I just got in my car and went on my way. And I think it's really funny because I used to be of the world. And when I had my spiritual encounter with God, I was leaning on my own understanding. And I was like, God, it's really hard because I can give up all these other things, but sex, I just don't think I can give it up. That's really hard. And God's like, yeah, you're right. You can't, because with you, it's impossible. But with God, all things are possible. And so I was leaning on my own understanding, thinking like, I can't do this and I can't do that. But I don't need to be the one to not do that. I need to just surrender to God and say, God, I want to be like Jesus. I want to be like you, Jesus. I want to be more like you. I want to follow you, but I am living in these sins, and it's really hard for me to give these things up. And the Spirit's going to do the rest. When you follow the Spirit, you're eventually not going to crave these fleshly desires. You have to train your flesh, and you have to work on it. But once the Spirit becomes the boss, and your flesh is just the worker, you don't crave those things anymore. And it's not like, oh my gosh, when I get married, I get to have sex again. Woo! No. It's not even about that anymore. That's not what marriage is about, okay? Sure, sex is a part of it, but that's not what it's about anymore. So, just from that experience, I just think it's just sad that, oh, if she's not dating anybody, then she's still probably hooking up, or he's probably still hooking up. But no. When you're with Christ and you're actively trying to follow him, all things are pure, all things are lovely, all things are beautiful, because that's who Christ is, that's who God is. He's pure, he's good, he's beautiful, and things like that they're not a struggle anymore.